We're so happy to have you here today. My name is Carisha and I'm the Executive Director, and I'm going to show you around 13 interactive exhibits we have here that are all designed to build the brains of children. Come on, let's go. The Banyan Tree was one of the very first exhibits designed in the museum. And some people say, how did we even get a children's museum in Naples? Well, a mom had a dream, and in that dream, her deceased daughter came to her and said, we need a place like this in Naples. That was the beginning. 6 other women gathered around her, and they created the Children's Museum. We're a local nonprofit, and Simone Luckert was our capital campaign chair that raised $30 million to build this facility. The facility operates about 60% on what it earns, and we rely on donations from the local community for that other 40%. In the wind wall, children are learning all about reading. When you look at this exhibit, it's hard to tell what type of reading are they learning. But as a child places the scarf and they turn the blower on, the scarf goes through all of this duct. As they track it with their eyes, that is the very foundation and the beginning of reading.
They love any of the things that have air, especially my younger one. He's on the autism spectrum, and he loves like the excitement of putting it through and watching it go out, and for him that's just thrilling. And my older son just loves climbing and sliding and all of that, so that's kind of his favorite part. So.
In Mother Nature's house, we learn about all 4 seasons. The children in Florida don't necessarily know that. When the museum was designed, there were many dream-catching sessions held and asked the children what did they want to see inside their children's museum. So the first exhibit we come to is summer. Here the children do dramatic play. They can be a news anchor, a weather reporter. We have prompts for them to be interactive in several different scenes. In fall, the children are learning all about gravity. They rake up the leaves, they put them in the tree, push the button, the leaves go out, and they drop down. They also are studying math skills by balancing pumpkins. And they move the pumpkins around with their wheelbarrows, they dress up scarecrows, they have a great time. In winter, the children get to play inside our igloo. Our igloo is a little different inside the museum because it's cold on the inside and it's warm on the outside. The children play dress up, they dress snowmen, they build fires, fake fires of course. In spring, the children are working on their fine motor skills. They're picking up these sunflower seeds and they're having to use those dexterity skills to feed the baby birds.
There's so much to do that we can spend hours and I don't have to come up with anything. They can go from place to place and really explore lots of different ideas without me having to pull out crafts and come up with things. And
the market has a farm next to it where the children pick the fruits and vegetables from the farm. They put them on a truck. The truck loads the fruits and vegetables into the grocery store. And once they're in the grocery store, the children go shopping. They can come check out their groceries after they've played.
I like it. The kids have fun. That's the main thing. So as long as the kids have fun, I'm excited. And I'm having fun with them too. So.
In World Cafe, we study different countries. Right now, we are studying Italy. So when the children come through this exhibit, they are learning about the currency. They're looking about the foods. They're also learning about the money. They learn to play serving their parents, sitting over here at the table. So again, we're doing that interactive, thematic, dramatic play.
I love being able to sit and have the kids serve me food for once.
Several people had said, why would you want to put in an Everglades exhibit and a beach exhibit? Because there are children that live 15 miles away from this museum that have never been to the beach. They were part of our dream-catching sessions. They wanted to see a beach here. There's a beach and a fishing pond, and inside the fishing pond, they are learning how to take turns with the fishing poles. They are learning how to share. Inside the Everglades, on the other side, they are learning about what are the indigenous animals to our area. They can study through some of our panels, going through our maze. They can go under the pier, look out the alligator head to see what does an alligator see. That alligator represents the largest gator measured at the time the Children's Museum was built. It is also at the base of our climbing tree. The children can climb all the way up in the banyan tree and they come right back down. So welcome to our ABC Tot Lot. This area is designed for our learners under the age of 3. Every interactive in this exhibit correlates to a developmental milestone in the brain of a child under the age of 3. They learn by touching, by experiment, by just interacting and having those baby dialogues with their peers and their parents.
Yeah, well, he's right on the edge of walking, so we're encouraging him to hold on to some things and try to take off.
So we are coming up on our trolley exhibit. When the children come into the trolley exhibit, it's all about math. The children build the tracks themselves, so they're doing engineering.
We have a children's museum in New Jersey, and we thought when the kids came to visit us here that they'd enjoy it. And this is a little bigger than the one we're used to going to. Oh. So it's cute. It's cute. It's innovative for them to learn to do different things and use their imagination.
Our art studio changes its theme every 2 to 3 weeks. We study artists, we study authors, we can be studying anything about the environment. On any given day, there are 4 separate interactives for a child to do. They're interactive with the parent, and then they can take home whatever they make.
Do you have a name for the owl? No? Not yet?
So this is a great example of securing some local funding to help bring in our traveling exhibits. This is the Dinosaur Exhibit, and it has been funded by the Tourist Development Council here. We use these traveling exhibits to encourage other visitors to come to the museum. So these exhibits help bring additional visitors, additional revenue to support our nonprofit. So you may ask, how did the museum get here? And what does it take to keep it running? Well, we do know that we had our 6 founders who embraced the entire community to help us build this museum. On this wall right here, these are all of the people that donated to build the original building. Once the building opened, it takes 14 full-time staff and 28 part-time staff to operate this museum every single day. We're also fortunate enough to have 75 active volunteers. Every day they go through a process of opening it up, sanitizing everything, cleaning the building, all to get ready for the children to arrive at 9 o'clock. And then we parade them out the door at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The entire community embraces this museum.
I've paid for a lot of different museums because we've moved a lot, but this is like the best. And it's like very similarly priced to like a lot of different museums, so it's cool. We love it. So.
We received grant funds to bring in temporary exhibits. We just hit 1 million visitors 7 days ago in 6.5 years. The success is amazing due to the generosity of this community.
This is a great place, and they have that hour before it opens, so even if there's field trips, you get to come in that hour before and enjoy it a little bit before the crowds come.
Hi there and welcome to Come On. I'm Beth Houseward, and I'm the Director of Play and Learning here at the museum, and I want to talk to you today a little bit about how children learn at Come On. When we're here at Come On, we learn through play. So we're doing lots of things in the museum where children look like they're just using their imagination, or they're having a great time with their friends and their family, but really they're learning. They're learning lots of different skills, all that will become a foundation for them as they get older. Those skills that we work on most are called executive function. They're skills like using your patience, using your memory, using self-control. And those are all things that you can learn as a child by playing. As you can see here, lots of our little ones are just starting that learning journey. They may not be able to walk or crawl around too much, but they're learning self-control and they're learning patience. And those are all the building blocks that they're going to need as they get older and enter into kindergarten.
They love the learning aspect and the art room. They like to do the different arts and crafts that they change. They love listening to the story time.
Hi again, we're back outside now. We're here at the water table, and it's a great place for our little ones to come and enjoy the museum in a multi-sensory way. They're here to learn a little bit about water, but also learning by splashing around and having a good time.
I love how there's things for kids of all different ages. Even the littlest kids can find something fun to do, as well as the older children. It's hard to find something that both of the kids can enjoy.
A great part about our water table is that kids get to learn about communication. They might be here with some friends, but they might meet some really great new friends here at the water table because everybody loves to explore with water. Over here you can see that there's a lot of things going on at the water table. We want families to be able to play together and learn together. So they're having a great time learning a little bit about what water is. They might be cooling down a little bit from that great Florida sun, but they're also learning the science behind gravity and how water moves. We're back inside the museum now on our first floor, and this is a floor that really focuses on imaginative play and kids being able to experience cool things. So upstairs is a great place on our second floor for kids to kind of advance in their learning. I always like to say that we're using bigger brains and bigger muscles, so we really are growing with our children. This is a special exhibit that's only here for 3 months. The cool thing about having traveling exhibits and permanent exhibits is that our children get to learn on different ways. In our permanent exhibit, they don't change all the time, but what is changing? Your child. That's right. They're growing up and they're learning new things and they're taking risks because they're in a comfortable place and they want to learn differently as they age. But the thing that they also really love is our traveling exhibit here. So we keep things dynamic and changing so that kids can always learn something new while at the same time practicing the skills that they've always used in our permanent exhibits. Hey there, we're heading upstairs, and I just have to tell you that one of my favorite parts of my job is congratulating all the little ones on how well they're climbing the stairs, because in their world, that's a big deal. There's a lot going on right here in our Build It exhibit. It's always based on engineering. It's always based on trial and error. Let's work together and build something really cool. And the great thing about it is parents love Build It. We will build together. Our child might build it this tall, but with the help of their parent or their caregiver, they might build a tower that's this tall. It's a great opportunity for families to play together. Another great place up here, upstairs, is for our big kids. So over here on this side, we have Curious Kids. It's a place for kids who are 8 to 14-year-olds to practice their independence safely. We always have a staff person in there, and it's always having curriculum that's geared towards those bigger kids. They can do it on their own, and they get to practice that independence that they're looking for in the tween years. We have a big change that's coming to the museum. Right now, we're doing construction on our Invention Lab, and we are so excited about it. We're going to be building, we're going to be making, and we're going to do a lot of high-end things with our kids that are in upper elementary school. So we're so excited to have you here at Come On. We want you all to come and play and learn together with us.
Even as my boys have gotten older, in addition to my girls, my boys have been able to play with, I think they're called Kiva blocks.
Yeah.
And as they got old enough, they got to go up into the video area, and there's just a ton to do here. It's a wonderful children's museum.
Hi, I'm John Shaw. I'm the exhibits manager here at Come On, and I wanted to show you one of our traveling exhibits today. We're entering here in our dinosaur train traveling exhibit. It's done in collaboration with the Jim Henson Company, and it's all about dinosaurs, including a giant femur where you can stand next to it and get a sense of, you know, this femur is taller than I am as a kid. The dinosaur train here behind me is probably the biggest part of the exhibit though, and kids love to climb on there, ring the bell, and pretend like they're the conductor of the dinosaur train. This exhibit allows kids to dig into dinosaurs, a topic that we don't cover otherwise at the museum. So we're bringing this exhibit in for 3 months, and then we'll have another exhibit for about 3 months, and we continue to change those so that we provide different experiences for our visitors. We do traveling exhibits here pretty often. In fact, after this one, we have another one coming in May called Hands on Harley with the Harley dealership. When we bring these exhibits in, we actually bring them in with a huge semi-truck. We back it up to the door here, unload the crates, set it all up, and it takes about a week or so to get everything installed. In addition to traveling exhibits, we do rotational exhibits, we call them, transitional, and then we have our permanent exhibits.
They love the traveling exhibit and the changes.
Every couple months or so they do, like, they change the exhibits around.
The changing exhibit is always very cool.
Let's walk over to the World Cafe and check out one of our permanent exhibits. This is one that we actually change the content on pretty often, so we call it one of our transitional or rotational exhibits. The World Cafe right now focuses on Italy. So in Italy, we have not only the food from Italy and represented as small felt food that kids can make a meal with. So on our menu, you can order pizza, you can order ravioli and broccoli. And we also feature items in here from our World Culture collection. So in this display case, you'll see things from our collection from Italy that were collected by Dr. Ernestine O'Connell and were donated to the museum. We have art from Italy on loan from the Bill Meek Gallery. We have a scent station. We have music from Italy, the anthem, along with postcards. They have this setting that's familiar to them, but they're getting exposed not only to Italy, but then next month we'll change over to Canada. Here in our market, there's a lot of maintenance that needs to be done every day. In fact, I can see right now that our conveyor belt isn't running, so let me reach up here and fix this. The day in the life of the exhibits person never ends. There's always something to do. So from unclogging the belt here to putting away and restocking the produce, there's a lot to do so that the first visitors in the morning get to see a really nice setup and everything's all organized. They're constantly testing our limits of technology and what we think is not able to be broken. And all day, every day, we're responding to what needs painted, things that need reset, things that need fixed. We get to see the faces of these kids that come in and play. We hope you had a good visit at the museum today and got a little bit of sense of what it's like to be here. And you'll visit us again soon.
As a parent, time slows down when you're at a children's museum.
The kids can run around and have fun and experience a lot of different things that they couldn't do anywhere else.
They have everything here. I like it. The kids have fun. That's the main thing.
They learn a lot that they can do that they didn't think they could do. I've been thinking we'll get hungry at some point and take a break and then go for another round.
Safe environment for them to play, but it's also an opportunity for them to learn as well.
This is the best museum we've ever been to. We Googled some good kid activities and this came up right away and had a lot of good reviews, so we just decided to check it out.
They cry when they have to leave. They don't want to leave, really. It's a wonderful place.
Wonderful children's museum.
It's a great place for kids.
And I'm having fun with them too.
And they have a ball.